Hello, I'm back again. My name is Mike Morrell, Morel. On my internet spaces, I am Shroomscribe. I'm an author. My first book is called King of the Mountain. Links in the description. If you like caves and giant mushrooms and bioluminescence and monsters and stuff like that, it's the book for you. It's a dark fantasy novelette. Not too expensive. There's an ebook edition that's less expensive. Check it out. This video is called Being Misunderstood. And I got a very nice comment from someone on one of my other videos. And thank you guys so much for engaging with the channel. I know that it's new and I'm trying to get it off the ground. And so far, things are going really well. But being misunderstood is omnipresent in the life of people who are mentally ill. It's something that they struggle with constantly. And the term masking is very relevant in this. Masking basically means that you put on a mask, you try and be what other people expect you to be. And that whole engagement, if you do that too much, it is exhausting. Autistic people will tell you this because the behavior is so different from other people that they're not emotionally engaged as much. They don't respond as much. Maybe they don't make eye contact. Maybe they tick and twitch and do stuff like that. There's a lot of behaviors that are typical of autistic people that unfortunately people pick up on. People are extremely sensitive to any deviation at all. And their natural instinct is to squash it. And it is the worst feeling in the world when someone does not take the time to basically respect your humanity and respect your boundaries and try and understand you and try and understand your needs. And it is so common. If you really think about it and you put that thought in your head and you try and observe the world around you, it's so common. What happens when kids cry? They tell them to stop crying immediately. It's a total instinct. It's like, you don't get to have emotions. You are not deserving of emotions. You know why? Because I don't want you to have emotions. And it's the worst feeling when someone, even if you're a young child, you understand that suddenly it's not about you, it's about them. And it's just too common. And I really would encourage people to adopt the habit of basically just taking the extra step to say, this person is a human being. I don't know everything that's going on with them, but I'm going to try and get to the point where I can understand them. I can help them. Because you know what? That's what I would want other people to do for me. And even adults, they're not prone to this. They really aren't. People kind of suck if you didn't notice. It's a very nihilistic thing to say, but I think it's something that every adult needs to keep in mind is that you're dealing with people. People are flawed and they care more about themselves than they care about you. Even if they're an intimate partner, even if they're a friend, there's going to be moments where they're like, I don't want to deal with you right now. I've been putting up with this for a long time and I don't want to deal with it. Just shut down your emotions, shut down your needs, shut down your boundaries, because I'm telling you to do that. And it's not the right way to deal with people. And a lot of it has to do with just knowing other people. They'll say that they like to engage with other people. They'll say that they like to learn about people and that they're all about people and that kind of stuff, but then they don't really know them very well, do they? And that causes, if you get too much of that when you're a kid, you don't really know who you are. You just know the expectations that are impressed upon you. And what's worse is that if you constantly fail at that, then your self-esteem and your self-concept is damaged. And the process of fixing that is very arduous and takes a long time. And, Socrates said, first know thyself. So if you feel as though you're powerless or that you hate yourself or that you're just so mismatched with the world because you're so misunderstood, I would say that the starting point for you should be to learn about yourself. What do you want other people to behave? How do you want them to behave towards you? What do you want out of them? They're always asking things of you. What do you want out of them and why is that important to you? Dig inside yourself so that you can create that concept that maybe if you were abused as a kid that you didn't have. That it wasn't important to your survival. What was important to your survival is bowing down and supplicating to the abusers in your life. And I struggled with that immensely. I felt as though I'm not really in it for people. I'm not in it for the world. I'm in it to get the world away from me. And obviously that's not a healthy position to be at, because the big, beautiful world is waiting for you. And if you know yourself better, then you're more prepared to deal with it. Things that I've learned about myself is that I'm extremely introverted. I need time to myself. That is so difficult for people to supply for you, especially if they're extroverted, because if you're the kind of smart, creative person, they want to know more. But I try and tell people that it's like, look, it's not that I don't like you. It's just that I spend 90% of my time alone, and the last 10% of the time I have to split between multiple people. So I want to be your friend, but you're just not going to see as much of me. Even that can be expressed in better ways. Sometimes when I tell people that in that language, it falls flat, and they just interpret it as, you really don't want to be around me. You're couching me. This isn't real, right? And it's been so damaging to me, because it's the most sincere statement I could possibly make, that I want to be around you. Maybe even I love you. But I need to be by myself. And the reason why I need to be by myself is because there's a lot of stuff inside of me that needs to be analyzed, that needs to be explored. That's what introvert means. Extroverts are primarily interested in exploring and analyzing the world around them, right? It's not that they don't have a self-concept, it's that they don't spend as much time there because they're preoccupied with the outer world. I'm preoccupied with the inner world, right? I need other things I've learned about myself. I need intellectual honesty. I need people to behave a certain way. I'm not interested in hanging out with losers that don't care about the behavior they have. I've been around a lot of drug addicts. I've been around a lot of people that really don't put any effort into their life. And that causes me, even as an extremely introverted person, to have to baby them. They even, men in my life that I've been friends with, will think of me as a father figure. And it's like, look, I'm not interested in being your father. I'm interested in being your friend, and you need to respect that. And unfortunately, a lot of people just go through life and they don't change. And that's very sad. But I try and go out of my way to understand other people, even if I don't like them. That can trip you up too. There's so many people, it's like, send him to the electric chair. Fuck him. He's not like me. Forget about him. And that's just not good enough for a thinking adult. You need to empathize with people more. It will help you in the long run. And every religion, even though I'm not religious, every religion stresses this outright, that it is so important to put forth effort as an individual. It's the golden rule, isn't it? The golden rule is do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And so it's just unfortunate that we live in a world where most people don't apply that. Most people don't think. I know that I have a lot of negative things to say about people, but you know what? I do like humanity. I'm fascinated with humanity, and I want to have more human beings in my life. That's a major goal of my channel if you check out my other videos. But because of that comment of just being misunderstood, it's just a hurdle that is not impossible to get over. But it starts with you, because you are a human being, and you deserve to be respected. And you deserve to have your rights and your boundaries and your needs met. And if you can't find that in your life, you're going to have to go through the effort of finding other people. And that's really hard. I've lost a lot of friends over the course of my life. I currently have no friends. I have a couple acquaintances. My wife left me. Like, people leave me. Some of it's my fault, but you know what? A lot of them is them. So keep that in mind. It's not just you and your struggles. You don't have to feel guilty all the time because of the way that people behave towards you and the way that they treat you. I try very hard not to hate anyone. And that's not an easy thing to do. But it is one of my mottos. Don't hate anyone. Even if you have that experience with them, like dealing with narcissists is just really difficult, and they abuse you and it imprints in your mind, and years later you're thinking they're a fucking asshole. And it's very important to remember that that narcissist and that person that was in your childhood that beat you or whatever is going on in your life, they are a person too, and so are you. And you should try and understand them, even if you feel as though you are chronically misunderstood, just like me.